Yes, people, welcome back to Never a Foul. Already 73 of you in the building, so big up everyone inside already. Friday night, Tottenham have won. As we've seen, comfortable win at Nottingham Forest, but Basuma, red card, out for 4 games now because that's his second straight red card. Sorry, I am late. It's me tonight. My computer decided to do an update at 10:31. Jamie was with me, and I was like,
"No, Ty, I'm not letting you go. I'm not letting you go out like that alone. I was late as well."
Do you know what? It must have been a blessing though, because honestly, I was chatting to Jamie, and I was like, "Oh, Jamie, like, how's he day in that?" Man's replying 7 seconds later. I'm like, "Nah, why is my computer doing this?" Moving bare slow. That so I was like, "Update." Man. I said to Flawless, "Just it's cool. I'm coming." So guys, yeah, me and Roms. We're here now, but guys, we're ready to talk football because it's the big game this weekend. Shout out the panelists as well as always, man. Big up Roms for coming through. Big up Jamie, as you can see, Jamie Football Chats right there. Go and give them a subscription. And of course, my guy, Flawless, Sarcasm City TV, always putting in that work rate, doing late night streams as well, basketball, all them things as well. So if you don't like just football and you want more content, make sure you go and check them out as well. And also he's part of the Mandem Talk panel with me and Saeed and all the Mandem as well. So big up. But guys, first of all, before we get into it, Roms, what you say, man? You all good?
Good, bro. Good. Just like I said to you, during the Spurs game, not that it was boring. It was at my boy's house. I just fell asleep. It's been a long day for me, bro. Long day. But other than that, that's good, man. I'm good. Thanks for having me again. Big up Floors, big up Jamie, big up Ty, and big up everyone in the house.
Yeah, man. Big up everyone.
Like
so they need 200 people locked in already. So I'm glad that everyone's tuned in on a Friday night. And what about you, Jamie? You all good, bro? It's been a little while, man.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. Yeah, doing good. The kids are bleeding me dry. You know, it's that time of year.
Well, what? Have any of your kids? What? Have any of your kids got birthdays in December as well?
No, they have birthdays in November.
Okay.
And then my boy's birthday is the beginning of January. Don't stop, man. Doesn't stop.
Ty, there might be a bit of a delay, bro.
Stop.
I thought it was
just
me.
me.
I thought it was me. That's why I was shut up. I didn't say nothing. I thought it was me.
Bro, Flores, I was about to stop and go to my router.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is it me? Because my Wi-Fi had been playing up, like not so much today, but a few days ago. So I was just making sure it wasn't me. But we can still hear you. That's why I didn't say nothing. That's why I didn't say anything.
Man, am I back now?
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know there is a couple seconds though, so it's cool. I'm gonna try and host it, but obviously my internet is moving worse than Ten Hag right now. I am not gonna lie. Flawless, pick up yourself every time and shout out everything you're doing and that.
Yeah, man. Big up for having me, man. It's always good being on Never a Foul, man. This is just gang in it. So yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, Sarcasm City TV, like Ty already mentioned, we live every day on the YouTube channel. Make sure you get over to the gaming channel as well, because we're running pro clubs. Playoffs is coming up. So yeah, man, like I'm more invested than Manchester United, because playoffs is now on EAFC 24 club. So yeah, we trying to run have a good playoff run. So yeah, subscribe to that. And the Twitch, like you mentioned, NBA content on there, plus more NFL, the whole nine. Yeah, but big up for having me.
Love that, man. Now, as always, man, big up people in the comments as well. Make sure you get your super chats in if you want. But we're going to be talking Manchester United, Liverpool at Anfield, because it's coming up this Sunday. And I don't know where to start. I'm going to start with the Liverpool lot, because I feel like with you lot this season, it's quite funny, because I always said that I thought you would get top 4. I thought that you could potentially challenge for the title and I'm not going to make this title talk, but I thought you could potentially challenge for the title if Man City went up to scratch, if Arsenal went up to scratch, and there wasn't that consistency. Right now, they aren't being super consistent, and you guys are. And you guys recruited quite well in the summer. But so far, when you look at your season, it has been a positive start to the season. Europa League campaign, comfortably through. Premier League at the moment, scoring goals. You've got Konsa coming through. You've got Gravenberch and Szoboszlai not even having that first season syndrome where they struggle. They've actually fitted like a glove at the moment. So overall, it's been a very successful start to the season. But Roms, where are you standing going into this game? Is this one of the games where you're like, in the last maybe 5 to 10 years, this is the most confident you've been in a United Liverpool fixture?
Yeah, I'm very confident for this fixture. I don't think it will be depending on what Liverpool fan you speak to, I don't think it will be this marauding, humiliating win like it was last season. That's one thing I will say. I'm confident. I think we'll win the game, but I just feel like when everything's against a team and you think it's going to be a foregone conclusion, it never really is. And one thing both of our clubs do is when our backs are kind of against the wall, we pull out of a surprise. For you lot, I still think there will be no surprises on Sunday, but I don't think it will be this hammering. But I can't lie, against United team, I think, by the way, missing Bruno for you lot is going to be an advantage. I feel like it actually makes a clearer way of playing.
Advantage for us or advantage
No,
for
for
you?
you lot. We still win the game, but in terms of the way you lot play, I think it'll be advantage because I feel like, let's say you set up with like a more robust midfield, like I don't know, Casemiro's injured, but I think maybe a Kobe, maybe a McTominay, or maybe an Amrabat, right?
Maybe those three.
It's not. I reckon you'll have more people that can keep the ball in there, have better ball retention. I reckon you'll be a bit more solid as opposed to a Bruno that's just gonna look for that Hollywood ball and you're not really gonna retain possession as such. So I feel like Bruno could be a blessing in disguise. I'm not saying in terms of the result, but in terms of the embarrassment level, do you know what I mean? I feel like Bruno in that team, I think it will actually be easier to play against for you lot. But in terms of us going into the game, I think every Liverpool fan's confident. I think some are more confident than others. But we've got nothing not to be confident because I look at your team and I can't see anyone that's going to stand up and be counted for. The only two players I'm going to say from now that I think is going to give it their all and leave it all on the pitch for you lot is Garnacho and Kobe Mino. I think everyone else, once that first goes in, heads are going to drop. And I just think you lot, you've got personalities that should stand up like your Varans and whatnot, but they're not playing for the manager first thing. I know we'll probably speak about Ten Hag a bit later on, but they're not playing for the manager. And I just feel like once that first goes in, they've got nothing to lose. It's almost like the players are waiting for him to go. But with young players, they're more fearless. They have more to prove. They're hungrier. I just think Kobe Mino and Garnacho, I think they'll be two.
Also, do you know what, Roms? Mino and Garnacho, because they come through the academy, they understand the fixture.
Exactly.
Well.
They understand the fixture, yeah. McTominay to a degree as well, but I don't know. I think he might be one of them that's head goes down as well. So I genuinely believe it will only be Kobe and Garnacho that leave anything for you lot to be somewhat proud of. But yeah, the rest, I'm just going to be honest, Ty. The rest are bums. They're just bums.
Yeah, it's mad because I see what Flawless thinks, but this is the lowest I've probably felt going into a game. Not that it's not like I don't care. It's just that I'm real with it and I know what to expect. So whatever comes my way, I'm not going to be shocked. People can cook us, people can do the banter thing. Like I'm gonna be like, cool. Like, did you expect any different? If Liverpool don't beat us by more than 2 goals, I'm gonna be like, raw. Like we actually come out with
this is what we're not gonna do because United fans are doing this thing where if we don't beat by a certain goal margin, we should be. I just want my 3 points. If we beat you 1-0, I don't know about you, Jamie.
Yeah.
You know, but some, not you two, but some United fans are saying, but yeah, if you lot don't beat us by a 2-3 goal margin, you lot should be embarrassed so that we won the game. What are you on about? I'll take a 1-0 right now.
You take a 1-0, but I do hear that, like in regards to, I'm with that. You lot should, if you lot can't match what Bournemouth did, then you have to look at that as a poor performance. You lot are chasing the league title. Does goal difference not matter now?
I agree.
Does goal difference not matter?
I agree.
Bear in mind, you might have lost 2 league titles by a point to Manchester City. So it is highly likely with how close these teams are chasing the league title, it could be a goal difference. Let you lot lose the title for a goal difference and you beat us 1-0 or 2-0.
How many times have we seen league titles won and lost on goal difference? Only you lot and
it's only us lot.
It's rarely going to be, do you know what I mean? That's why I just want points on board.
I hear the points on board, but you lot should. You know what I'm saying? Like, you lot should do it. You lot should beat us heavily, in my opinion. If you don't, I'm looking at the team like, wow.
With me, this is how I just see life in general. When you think everything's going to be a foregone conclusion, I just always think there's a bit of, it's not going to be as easy as everyone thinks. Do you know what I mean? Whenever everyone thinks it's going to go one way, I think we win.
Also, you know what? Like VAR, there's always mad things like VAR, early red card, anything could just spin the game.
We ain't got prayer, man.
This is how much I don't rate you lot, yeah? And I don't care if I get clipped. This is how much I don't rate you lot. Even if it was to get early red, I still back us to beat you lot. With your current squad, I'll still back us to. Of course, the dynamics can change, but you lot just aren't good. You're just not good, bro. And I'm trying to think of ways how you could even hurt us. I think of maybe the counter, but then you're your strikers in your front line aren't even firing. So on the counter, you might just counter attack and do nothing with it anyway. So
We don't score goals
I
like
just
that.
can't. I don't even see how you don't get a draw this game, honestly. And this I might be coming across maybe not as humble. You'll see in my scoreline, I'm quite humble, but I can't see how United get anything from this game. If I'm being honest, I just can't.
Do you know what the mad thing is as well, right? Is that I was chatting to my boy the other day, and we were talking about the game last year, obviously the 7-0. And funny enough, obviously, when you look at the scoreline, it is horrific. But what's even more worse to me is that my boy said we held Liverpool till the 43rd minute last season, and Gakpo scored just before half time. It was 0-0 until the 43rd minute.
You lot should have been up.
1-0.
Remember the Rashford and Bruno header?
Rashford, We should have been up. We started okay in that first 15-20 minutes, but they scored in the 43rd minute, right? And then you're thinking, okay, second half, come out, keep it tight. At the end of the day, Liverpool came out in that first 15 minutes of the second half and blitzed us. There's no way that a Manchester United team should be conceding 6 in the second half. So when you question the mentality right now, Romans, of these players, I'm not going to sit here and do this capping thing and try and, play up to the cameras just to try and like get the clicks or anything and make myself believe when I don't believe. I'm going to keep it real. If we conceded 6 last year in that second half, and that was probably a bit of a better Manchester United. We had just come out of winning the Carabao Cup, by the way. Me and Flores talked about that the other day. We had just won a Carabao Cup before we went to
Europe. You know what? In better form. Remember, Jamie, we were in poor form going into that game.
We were in better form going into that game. And then when you look at it now, the form we're in, the lack of goals, the lack of leadership, the injuries. I'm not making an excuse. I'm thinking if you're making a jigsaw, you've got to put everything together. I do see why you question his mentality. And if we go to Anfield and concede probably in the first 15, 20 minutes, me and Flawless are thinking this could get nasty. So do you agree with him, Flawless, in terms of when he's saying the mentality, like with these players, maybe the Cobbies, that the Amrabats might try and hold it down, Garnacho, but other than that, we haven't really got cannons in our gun.
We've got, because we've watched them all season long, Tide. Throw it in. Anytime we've faced adversity in much less hostile environments that Anfield will be, we've watched us crumble. As soon as the going gets tough, we've watched us lose games and draw games, and you go, how do we do that? The Copenhagen game is a prime example of that. And that's not even a hostile environment. 2-0 up away from home, red card, whether you think it was a red card or not, we should win that game. It's Copenhagen away. And Copenhagen didn't even play well, and we folded. They did everything in their power to give us something from that game, and we still couldn't take it. So what happens if we go 2-0 down inside, let's say it's 2-0 down inside 20 minutes at Anfield? These players are going to crumble. And we know they are. And it's highly likely, especially the form Liverpool are in, especially how good they have been at home.
New stand open.
Their attacking process. And everyone's up for it, man. I don't know why we downplaying this. Everything is in Liverpool's favor for a big win here. Every single thing.
And that's what I don't necessarily like.
I know you don't like it, but normally in this scenario, there's things you can point to and go, oh, well, at least Manchester United have this. They have that. There's positives to point to. This is me saying this as a United fan. Where's the positive? If we were like defensively solid and was like keeping clean sheets, I'd hear that. Someone said, well, we've been defensively good this season. Maybe we go there. So we haven't been defensively good. We haven't scored goals. The team's in poor form. There's questions surrounding the manager. Where's the positive? We don't create and don't score in general. Never mind at Anfield. I'm just talking about in general. Where's someone tell me the positive? If someone in the chat can lie to me or give me some positives in regards to this game, I would love to hear it, because I see 0 positives for us going forward. Where is the plus point? Just give me one.
Look,
and you know what?
I think
the
only way Man United get up for this game is if they get sponsored by Blue Chew overnight. I literally think that is literally the only way Man United can get up for this game. I mean, it's a weird match. It's a weird game. Do you know why it's a weird game? And I'm a bit on the cautious side of this and not overreacting too much, because this is the first time United have got nothing to lose. Everyone expects them to lose this game. Right? Everyone expects them to lose this game. I think Ten Hag even expects to lose this game, right? And everyone expects Man United to take a beating. And when you're usually like that, that can filter down to the players as well. And if the players go into this game thinking this is a cakewalk, that's when you can get caught. That's when you get caught in, no man's land. But look, it's a weird match. You got the 2 worst strikers in the Premier League going against each other. It's just.
Oh, you're on Darwin like that, Jamie.
Yeah, man ain't scoring. Man don't score goals, man. Don't
you know what, Jamie? You know what, Jamie? Ever since the Fulham game,
he's the biggest.
No, but the tie.
Well, I wasn't wrong.
Jamie, I was the big advocate for him, but since the Fulham game, I had to calm down. I put a lid on it, bro. I can't be bigging up Darwin because these chances are now they're getting frustrated now. I'm with Jamie. They're getting frustrated now.
He had any striker in the Premier League, and he's got 4 Premier League goals.
See, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that.
Salah would be on about 15 assists by now.
Yeah, true. But then again, when you look at it now, Jamie, though, it's not just Darwin Núñez you're getting your goals from. I know Diaz doesn't contribute loads, but he's a very efficient winger in terms of helping your football and your style. But you've got Diaz, you have got Gakpo that can chip in. I know he's not firing at all cylinders at the moment. Salah's Mo Salah, and you've got Szoboszlai that can still, he's that midfielder.
I noticed you didn't mention that overrated Colombian we have at left wing either.
No, I said Diaz, but I said he don't really score goals. He's more of a,
Jamie, if I'm being honest, our fan base don't want to hear this. Jamie, our fan base don't want to hear this. Since the injury, let's have it right. He can't beat his man. He's timid. It's a psychological thing. He doesn't like to take his man down the line. He's cutting inside all the time.
I feel like he's lost the yard of pace a little bit
because of the injury.
Yeah,
Diaz can't take his man to the shop right now. He's just not.
Hey, Jamie, you're dropping bangers tonight.
He's not. Why do I give him a bit of leniency because of the knee injury? It took Van Dijk a while to get over it, so I will give him that bit of leniency.
You know what, Jamie? If there's one club to actually gift him a goal or just reignite some type of form, it would be United.
This is the game for all of them. Darwin. I just want Darwin to shoot because Darwin is fantastic at just shooting at a goalkeeper. He can't go left or right of them. Just shoot at the keeper because he can't save. And
Anana might just parry it in.
He could. You know what, Jamie? I did want to ask you a question because off the back. Oh, do you want to land something?
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Okay.
Go.
Make sure you don't forget. No, it's cool.
No, I won't forget.
I want to say to you, Jamie, on the back of what Rom said, because when me and Flawless were saying about, if you don't beat us by 2 goals, some people might say, it's not a good performance by Liverpool, but at the end of the day, Rom's saying you're getting the 3 points. You kind of chimed in and said, I would be annoyed if you didn't beat us by more than 2 goals. Why would you be annoyed and not be thinking just about the 3 points in a game like this?
Because if your name weren't Man United, everyone expect us to beat you because your team's trash. It's the name, it's like, Man United used to be Versace and then they're Marks and Spencer's. You know what I mean? That's
been kind of M&S.
I don't even shop in M&S like that.
Maybe I might be showing my wealth a bit too much. But no, I just don't think the players United have got missing, even with the players that were fit and available, I still expect us to win. But the team you're probably going to put out will probably, in my mind, be one of the weakest 11s I've seen in Man United in the Premier League era. This is I don't know about Roms, but this is the first time I can remember there's not one player at Man United I'll have in my team right now.
I knew you was going to say that.
I don't remember ever thinking like that about Man United. I don't ever remember thinking like that about Man United.
You would take Varane. You wouldn't take Varane over Matip or Konate.
No, I wouldn't take Varane over.
He's the only one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's
the only one.
If I'm being honest, I do like Martinez. I like Martinez as well. Obviously, he's not been fit this season, but I'm not just going to say it just because you lot are bad. I'm not going to say I actually rate Martinez.
You could argue them two. You could argue them three. You could argue for Varane. You can argue for a Martinez. You can argue for a Casemiro.
The ones that are available.
That's the point we're making.
It's madness. But Liverpool go have their own issue in this game in midfield as well. So,
can I ask you something, Jamie? Would you do this? Because I've been thinking of this. I would play Trent as a DM only because I don't. Yeah, so you know, I would actually, because I don't rate Endo. I'm sorry. Listen, fans that like him, you can continue to back him. He's just not it. Just call a spade a spade. I don't rate Endo.
He comes off the bench, Roms. He's always better when he comes off the bench.
Even then, Jamie's like a ragdoll. Do you know the confusing thing he does? It's that, when you shield the ball, you have to check your mirrors. It's almost like he shields the ball, waits for the man to have contact with him, and then just drops on the floor. Instead of, don't wait for him to get near to you, play the ball off, and then we start a move. It's like he waits for the contact and then just jumps to the. He confuses me. But I think Endo.
When I saw him with a gum shield, I thought, we got an hard night here. We got a
same. I thought we had a
you know what? Endo is your only problem. I'm listening to you not talk about Endo, thinking we've got a list.
But I was thinking, no, I'll tell you. But I was calling him Kurt Endo. You know, Kurt Angle used to have the gumption. I was calling him Kurt Endo.
Japanese flag like that. Come on.
That's good.
And do you know what? With all the criticism McAllister's had, right? Just before he got injured, he was having some of his better games in that 6 role. We know he's not a 6, but having some of his better games. But Endo, I don't rate. We have no McAllister. Jones started the season off there somewhat decent, but I wouldn't chuck him in there. Because of how depleted United are, and because I would say your team isn't, I don't respect your team as much. Just let Trent play. We're going to dominate the ball anyway.
It's not like we've got loads of players to hurt you in transition.
Exactly. And then I play Szoboszlai. If we play Trent, Szoboszlai, and Gravenberch in that midfield 3, we're sourcing in there. Honestly, we're sourcing there. So I play Trent in that 6. Some might not agree, but just for this game, against our Arsenal was a whole different story. You're going right back for, but United. You could play Trent in the 6.
Trent against Arsenal as well.
In the 6?
Yeah, why not, man?
No, I'm not with you on that one there. I'm not with you on that one there.
Because McAllister ain't going back till after New Year now, so might have to. Who would you rather, Roms? Endo or Trent? At least Trent can run.
That's just techie, man, because they'll just have a Rice and a Party, I think's even back. That midfield battle could get a bit long.
I actually think we're going to beat up Arsenal more than Man United. There you go.
That's what Monts said. Monts thinks Arsenal will be easier than Man
United. Hey, everyone who's watching, you see these Liverpool fans trying to down.
They're excited.
Honest, I'm not with that. I know Sunday will be easier.
I'm saying the likes of Monts and others saying that, like I said, just before everyone started talking again in regards to it, there is no positives. I mentioned there's no positives. The only positives are Liverpool negatives. Man mentioned Diaz not being good. Man mentioned about Nunes not being good. Complacency. We don't even have a forward player in form you can look to and go, right, if he has a good game, maybe they nick something. We don't score and we concede a lot. We already struggled in this game last season, and everything was more in our favor last season than it was this season. And look what happened there. Everything points to a big Liverpool win.
We haven't scored at Anfield.
Can I ask you why?
Since 2018.
4 years. Is it 2018?
Yeah.
4 years.
That was Lingard's goal, innit?
Yes, in the 3-1 when Mourinho got sacked.
You know, I think that, Roms, because I think the players have been
I want to know
game than they will the Man United game mentally.
You don't want to be complacent, though. This is the thing.
That's why I feel we might be complacent against Man United.
Jamie, do you think by scoreline it will be easier or by performance? Because I think performance.
I think our performance level will be better against Arsenal.
See, that I can understand because they're a better team, so you're going to have to get out for it more. But I mean, reflecting by scoreline, I think.
Oh no, not scoreline.
It'll be much fair.
Fair. No. I think our performance levels will be higher against Arsenal than.
No, I agree. You naturally have to raise it. You naturally have to raise it against better opposition. Do you know what I mean?
Guys, make sure you are smashing the like, by the way. There's over 350 of you in here, please. So on a Friday night, hit that like button, cross off your live chat if you haven't already, and just hit the thumbs up because it does help the channel go a long way. Please also check out Jamie and Flawless's channels down below in the description, as Daniel put in the comments earlier. Just drop them a subscription, man. Show love for the love because it always helps everyone as well. I want to flip it, and I'm not trying to. Oh, go on, Jamie.
One thing about everyone in chat saying about Trent in the 6. Trent is actually better defending in midfield than he is at right back because his interceptions are extremely high. Trent actually reads the game well. If you look at Trent's interception stats, they're always high because he reads the game well. Trent's problem is when the game goes behind him. So if he's got the game in front of him in the middle of the pitch, Trent's interception stats are pretty high.
And he's got 2 defensively minded people in Konate and Gomez that will cover for it. No, I hear it.
That's why I think he could do a job there, personally.
No, fair enough. Big up the guys in the comments as well. I want to kind of flip it because it's interesting that we talk about the midfield for Liverpool and you're saying that you'd want Trent in there because I've been saying, right, and I want to see what Flawless' take is on this. For me, Eric Ten Hag, and we'll touch on the manager now because people want him out. Some people want him in. Me and Flawless don't really do this Ten Hag in-out business. We just say it for what it is. I've been on Streams of Flawless already. I feel like it's quite childish.
I think get everyone out, but carry on. You know
I'm
tired of everyone, man. Get everybody out.
I hear it, man.
Are you lot kind of in that mode of United fans that are like, you know what? It's win-win. If we lose, we're expected to lose. No, so if we win, it's a win against Liverpool against the odds, and if we lose, it just makes our case stronger. For it puts even more pressure on Ten Hag.
Nah, I just feel like because of what Jamie said earlier as well, it's like we're going into this game already feel defeated. I feel like the board have probably put it aside anyway, and they're probably looking ahead to the West Ham game and saying keep this score down. But we're touching it more, Roms, because what I want to say is that with Ten Hag, I'm not Ten Hag out yet, and I'm definitely not Ten Hag in, but I'm willing to give him some time to see if he can turn it around. However, what my problem is, right, is Man United are not making the changes that I want to be seeing. I just feel like Ten Hag has to be less stubborn and be willing to do what's right for these players at the moment. So for me, Ten Hag is making changes, right? Maybe the odd one or two here and there, but the formation and the style was staying exactly the same. It's not working. We're conceding goals, like Flawless said, and we're not scoring goals. So for me, if I'm going into this Liverpool game, I'm saying this is the one game without Bruno Fernandes where you have no excuse but to maybe switch up things and see how it goes. Because what's the worst that's going to happen? We're not going to be any worse than what we are this season. Now, for me, get Kobe in there. Like someone said earlier, understands the fixture. I know he's come from the academy, but he can at least ball carry. He can dribble. He can take the ball on the back foot. He can be comfortable in possession and maybe calm things down and have Amrabat next to him. Now, we haven't done that all season. We went to Galatasaray 3-1 up and he brings on Kobe, takes off Amrabat. We end up going 3-3. If he leaves them on together, they solidify that game and they just keep the ball ticking over. There's been other games this season where he's always taken off a 6 and then brought on Kobe as the 6. Everton away, we played okay that game. He had Kobe in the 6. At the end of the day, for me, we've got to go to Anfield and try and keep them quiet. If you can get a 4-2-3-1 or whatever it is, a 4 diamond, whatever you're going to change with Bruno, get Kobe and Amrabat in there because we can't allow Liverpool's midfield just to run through us because we are open right now. And I just feel like Kobe and Amrabat give us, I'm not saying it's going to do anything exciting, by the way, but it just gives us a bit of steel. And this is the perfect game for Ten Hag to change things. Yeah. And Flawless, when I look at it now, do you think he will change it? Do you think he'll use this game with Bruno Fernandes out to say, do you know what? We've been getting cooked. We're not playing well enough. I've now got an excuse. I've got a reason to try something different.
I think it will naturally happen. I don't think it will change because of him. The only midfielders we have are Maino, Amrabat, McTominay. So it has to be those 3. There's 0 other options. So I don't see him naturally saying, all right, we're going to try something different. Liverpool are going to dominate the football, which therefore is going to cause our defensive line to fall deeper. So that's not on the manager. This game's already been dictated to him. There's nothing he can do unless he goes to a back 3, which even then would you actually couldn't do because we got too many injuries in regards to centre back. So he has to play 4-2-3-1/4-3-3. So I don't see that making any changes. I've given up with Ten Hag going back to last season. I was at bargaining for weeks.
Okay.
I said this. I said, forget what's going on. Just go back to what you did last season, and I'll take that and go, you know what, first. You know what I'm saying? It's not the best window, but that will get us results. Because my biggest issue with Ten Hag and why I want him and everybody gone is because all of the issues we have this season, we had last season. There is no new problems. And you found solutions for all those problems. So for whatever reason, you don't want to revert back to what you did last season. Why that is, I don't know. Personally, I think he's because he's crumbling under the pressure. This is why we see him make foolish decisions in terms of subs that you've made, and why his press conferences, he's just saying absolute nonsense. Pressure getting to him. He's panicking. Like, legit, that's what it is. Yeah, go on, man. Go on.
Can I ask you, this is for you, Anta, actually. You just said...
I'll let Flawless answer.
You said the only midfielders you have is, I think, Kobe, Amrabat, and McTominay, right? I know he's on his way to Frankfurt. It got revealed today, but would you chuck in a Van der Beek?
No,
he is fit. He is fit, isn't he?
I believe he is, but I wouldn't, 1, because he's barely played, and 2, for this game where we're going to be without the ball, McTominay's like Ameno and Amrabat, they what's it called? They fit the description for this game. And at least McTominay, maybe, well, not even maybe, from a defensive standpoint, with aerial, like, set pieces, free kicks and corners, he can help defend with that.
Even from an offensive standpoint, if there's anyone to put your money on scoring from a United team, it would be McTominay.
That's what
I would go with those 3. I would go with Endo.
If Endo plays, if Endo, this is my worst nightmare, yeah. So if Endo plays, even Crystal Palace pressed, that's where everyone goes. They go and Endo when we get the ball. Because I think what's going to happen is that Liverpool go have all the possessions and Man United go sit back and try and play counter-attack football. Knowing that we play high up. And their quickest players at Garnacho and all that, they go try and leave on the halfway line. and try and cheat and get in behind like that. And my only worries is the press is going to start if Endo gets the ball. So Liverpool have the possession. As soon as Endo gets the ball, that's when the press will come.
Jamie, you do not need to worry about our press. I'll tell you that.
Well, if Palace can do it, can do it, Union did it. The Belgian shite did it to us as well. So if they can do it,
cohesive press.
There's context. There's context to Union though. Come on, that was like our 20. We left all our big hitters at home.
That won't happen again. Endo was the one pressed again.
Oh yeah, the one that was getting pressed.
That's the one getting pressed. So Scott McTominay could be sitting on Endo. That's what I would do and play.
Jamie, this is my counter argument. No, one sec, Rom. This is my counter argument. We've had this manager 18 months, and despite me loving Ten Hag and wanting Ten Hag, the best time I saw us press was in his first pre-season last year with Rashford, Sancho, Martial. Bro, we have not pressed well for the last 18 months. I don't know, as a Liverpool fan, what would make you think that Ten Hag and Man United will go to Liverpool and try and press you lot when it's not worked all season. You could no, but hear me. You're demons. You in transition. Salah, Diaz, Nunes. The worst thing we could do is try and press you lot when we've been killed by other teams this season. You will murder us.
You reckon you got to play
Let me go one further, Jamie. Let me go one further, yeah. And this is testament to Alisson. When players go 1-on-1 with him, normally the average team, if a player goes 1-on-1 with their keeper, you're kind of wincing a bit. Like, 1-on-1, the probability of scoring is a bit higher. I'm never bothered. And let me go even one further. With a Garnacho, Højlund, Rashford running 1-on-1, I'm not shook of any of them. I'm going to be so honest. We can press them. They can go 1-on-1 if they like. I back Alisson. Maybe not every shot, because they're going to get chances few and far between. I don't think they'll get an abundance of chances anyway. So the chances they get, they have to take. And I trust Alisson to save them.
I'm just hoping for multiple touches in the opposition box. You know what I'm saying? How about we just get in the box?
Me and Flawless want to see 3 passes strung together.
That's it. That's it. I've been on watch along saying that on my channel. I've been like, hey, I beg you, man, just put 5 passes together. Just pass to someone else in the same color.
Real talk.
That's how bad it is.
People say this, sorry to cut you off, Jamie. People say this all the time, Rums. And like when I'm talking and people go, oh, is it really that bad? I say, watch us. And then every time they've went and watched us that next match day, they go, oh, it's that bad. We just played Bayern Munich in a must-win game to get out of the group and didn't create one half chance.
And they was on cruise control, Flawless. They didn't even go out of gear.
They didn't even go out of gear,
yeah. We had one shot on target, which was Luke Shaw from outside the box. There was we didn't put them under any pressure whatsoever, under zero duress. So why are we going to go to Anfield again against Liverpool where they're going to be up for it? Because Bayern Munich played that game like they was already through. They were just drifting through the game. The result don't matter. Your players are going to be
and the difference with us, not only United in itself is an incentive to do well, but if we're being honest, we're most likely going to be second by the time we play that game. I think, but everyone will have their different predictions, but I think Arsenal get over the line against Brighton. I think it is. Yeah. So not only that it's United, our biggest arch rivals, we want to go back on top. So we're going to have so much incentive to give it our all. That
City should be beating Palace as well on paper. So
they're bogey. They should be. But
I hear you. Townsend banner last year.
In fact, Brighton and the bogey team for both of them.
I haven't beaten for 5 years, I think. I
think Brighton have won their last 3 trips to the Emirates. I think it is.
I couldn't believe that stat. Monts was telling me earlier.
Brighton have won their last 3 trips to the Emirates.
Their last 3 trips. I did not know that. When I heard it earlier, I couldn't believe it.
I wonder this year, though, psychologically, like Arsenal are just different now. Like
different, that's what I'm thinking.
It's just that, like, I'm superstitious, but I'm like, that can only go on so long. What were you going to say, Jamie? I'm sorry to cut you off, bro.
No, I was saying with the wingers as well, with Man United's wingers. Every time I watch Man United, and I'm not a Man United fan, obviously, but I get irritated by your wingers because they're greedy, selfish wingers that don't help out in the midfield. They never tuck in and help defensively. They just stay out wide and do nothing.
This is why I give Højlund a bit of the benefit of the doubt, because they're selfish. They don't get they're not creative wingers. They're not like he's an old school number 9 that wants balls across the box. He needs. Do you know what he needs? Jadon Sancho. Like I was thinking when he signed Sancho Højlund. I'm not even trying to be desperate, but I was thinking that Sancho Højlund, someone that's creative, someone that can actually play balls through the line, who actually thinks about getting a ball across the box. Garnacho, first thing he wants to do, get half a yard, and if he can't shoot, he's then going to try and do something. Decision making quite poor. Anthony, you know what he's gonna. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Cutting in
we have
the
a lot. We have a,
half
oh,
guard.
that's the problem with
Yeah,
our.
Rashford does that as well. We got no creativity, so I agree with
No.
Jamie.
I get
No,
more.
but Jamie-
I get more service in New Cross on the streets than you do from fucking Man United wingers. It's just, it's awful. It's just they're so lazy. They just stay out there. And when people play through them, you can play through the middle of Man United because the wingers don't tuck in.
Jamie, when you say defensively, I think offensively, I don't really rate any of their wingers, right? But defensively, correct me if I'm wrong, time floors, but I say one winger that actually I see putting in a graft and trying to get back is Anthony. I do see Anthony trying to get back defensively. No, that's what I'm saying. No, Jamie, that's what I'm saying. Forget offensively. I don't rate him offensively, but defensively, I've seen Anthony fucking.
He's a great fullback.
Yeah,
he tries,
like,
but he's just
like
again,
this,
he's
you
limited.
can't look at. You can't look at Anthony from I'm not speaking about offensive output, and that in itself is a diss because you're in the front three. But when you look at Anthony defensively, I think as United fans, you don't look at him and think lazy. He's not running for the shirt. That's one player that actually he tries. You know what I mean? Whether it helps.
Because I don't look at them like that at all. Because I think people
yeah.
give them a get out of jail free card when they start talking about they're lazy or it's a mentality issue. These managers not very good. I keep saying this. They're limited individually. And when you have limited individuals, that's then when your manager needs to put a system in place to help said limited individuals, which he did last season. Because last season, even though like we played well and you know what I'm saying, second best home record, both cup finals, 1-1, etc., people talk. I said, this team is still limited. We still need so much more going forward. And we never got that.
Flawless and Ty, who do you rate from your team? Like, honestly speaking, is there any players? I know
available,
maybe
is this the whole squad or injuries and not injuries?
The whole squad. Let me guess, you two can count on one hand who you rate probably.
Yes.
Probably less than. We probably have to use all five.
You heard me say it, man. I want everybody gone. Word to my guy Eddie, man.
Man.
Yeah, who would you keep, Flawless? Like, who would you keep?
Yeah,
who would I keep? Like, going about Varane, Casemiro, Martinez, Maino, because obviously he's just been like he's not a part of this. I'm not fighting to keep anybody else outside of those.
Would you keep Højlund?
I keep Højlund. Yeah, but again, when I say I'd keep Højlund, this as
doesn't mean that he's the guaranteed starter.
Yeah. Like if I got he should be a squad player. That's why I'm. Even though I think he's limited. I think he has attributes you can utilize in a set system. His problem is he's in the worst possible predicament. You are getting no service. You have Bruno, who's supposed to be this elite chance creator, but our striker can't buy a goal. Make that make sense. Anthony, Garnacho, Rashford, none of these men create. So it's like he was always going to struggle. Then you add in him being limited, he's going to struggle. I'd have him as a squad player. He should be second or third option. That's what you should be leading the line for us.
You think there's still life in Casemiro? Wait, you didn't mention Amrabat. Are you done with Amrabat?
He's on loan. He's going.
Amrabat's been decent. Like he's been good.
I said he's on loan.
But he's on loan, and I'm not fighting to. Again, I think
he's actually on loan.
He's on loan.
It wasn't a permanent in the end.
You said he like 50 million loan fee or something.
That's what it is with our team. We're a squad full of squad players. If most of these were here as squad players, I'd have no issue. The problem is there's just enough squad players, and that's why when you have a squad full of squad players, you perform the way we do.
So Casemiro, you still think
I would still keep Casemiro because even if he's not in the first team, he can still do
experience and even the experience.
If you have a system and simplify it, you can still get the best out of his attributes. Listen, we don't even do the basics right, so we can't even allow him to flourish in his basics.
Because same with what we should have done in the summer, both side of right-sided centre back who can not only learn from Varane but can play when he's not there. And let's say it's going rocky and that centre back's not playing well, then you play Varane. Because this whole thing about Varane's injury, Varane plays enough to be utilized. If he's giving you 25, 30 Premier League games a season, that's cool. And then you should have somebody in front of him who he's learning from. Then you have Martinez, Shaw as a backup left-sided centre back. All of a sudden, you got a solid four, just as the centre backs. That's cool.
Wait, Flawless. Did you say he plays on average? He plays 25 to 30 Premier League games.
I'm saying he can because I think last season he played. I think it was like 20. I double checked this. I think he played 24.
Yeah, about 25.
So this injury-prone stuff's kind of a myth,
man. People just
say it's a myth. It's a tactical thing.
Because even a couple of the games he missed last season for us, Ten Hag rested him because we was playing in the Europa League. If I remember, both one of them was Leeds. I can't remember the other game. Before we played Barcelona, Varane was in the squad and on the bench, so he can play. He play. Put it this way, he plays enough where I go, you deserve a spot in the squad. People
Yeah,
go
you know
on
what,
like
Flawless?
saying
and do you know what,
Flawless?
Roms? Yeah, Roms.
Even of recent, Ten Hag, he's been available and he's just not played him.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
don't get it because he comes in against Bayern and you could already see against Bayern, yes, we lost, but he was one of our better performers. I would agree with Flawless. Do you know what? In terms of the players he's actually picked, I'm with Flawless. The only one I would potentially throw in, which I think is a great question, big up Luke, is I'd actually keep Ahmad. One, because we haven't seen enough of him yet. But two, because he has that low center of
Let me just
gravity, and
clarify.
I feel like, yeah.
That's not
And I can
including the
understand Flawless.
Diallo
Yeah, it's
he's
because
not,
we haven't
he's not
seen
been
him.
a
That's
part of
why.
this.
Yeah,
I want to see Diallo. Once he gets back,
I want to see Diallo.
play him right wing because I'm tired of all these other man playing right
Listen,
wing.
I've been looking into
Roms, right? I'll
championship.
be clear with you though. I don't think Ten Hag is a big fan of Diallo personally because then in preseason he always just doesn't seem to like him. But in terms of him for me, I look at him as like a potential Bernardo Silva. You know, low center of gravity, he can dribble with the ball, he can be them tight in them little pockets, them little areas, twist and turn, and then just like how Coutinho used to do it for you lot and just get out of spaces. I feel like he can give us something of a unique profile. I don't know physically if he's ready yet, but Ahmad, for me, with this crap now, he could get a chance.
Is it a stretch to say? I still think there's a baller in Sancho. Whether he needs to leave or whether you need to get a new manager, I still rate Sancho. I always will. But for me, after Sancho, would you go as far to say Ahmad's probably your best wide player? I think he's better than Garnacho. He's better than Rashford. He's better than Anthony. I still think.
I'm a big fan. Like when Diallo played previously, and it was under Oli, I was even though it was only a few games, I was super impressed. And it's a shame.
You know what else?
To see him.
He's actually a footballer. That's what he's got a brain.
Yeah. And you know what else, Flawless? Yeah, I've looked into Championship the last 18 months. I never used to watch Championship growing up, but recently I've been watching it. And that stint at that loan spell at Sunderland, he was balling. He was balling. He was balling. He was taking games by the scruff. Even he was doing more than their experience plays. He was like, I'm the guy. I'm going to win this game or get us a result from this game. And he was delivering.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate he got the injury in it during the summer.
Yeah, so he's back in training now. So we're going to have to see what happens. Guys, keep making sure you're smashing the likes, by the way. Still 350 of you here watching. So big up for the consistency and getting your comments in as well. I'm obviously giving you that football talk as well. So guys, make sure you check out Jamie's channel down below and Sarcasm City Flawless's channel down below as well. What I want to do with the Liverpool fans, obviously, you guys are in a good way at the moment. Like you know, you're talking about your problems where it might be Darwin and stuff like because he's not scoring, but at the end of the day, performance-wise, there's an upgrade on last season. If you're going into this game, right, and you're thinking Man United could just randomly do something, or where could Man United get some joy? There's always got to be one part in the team where you're a bit unsure of. Am I being lazy and saying it's just Kostas Tsimikas, or is there somewhere, Jamie, that you're looking at and thinking, do you know what? I'm a bit unsure of this position.
It's look. The thing is, it's Liverpool's whole system. Ron will probably agree with this. It's Liverpool's whole system we play at the moment. You know, the way Jurgen Klopp wants to play is a very difficult system. It takes time to get used to. So with this new midfield we got in now, I believe we're 12 months ahead of schedule. I don't think
100%. Jamie, if you told me start the season we would be top, 100. Listen, I thought we'll be battling for fourth.
Yeah, we're 12 months ahead of schedule, but these players are a lot better than what I think a lot of people might have thought, and they're working in a brand new system. They're getting used to it. It will take time. So while it's taking time, we are vulnerable, and we will be vulnerable all season probably because it takes a while to get. Look, if you look at Liverpool's most successful team under Klopp, the midfielders Milner, Ronaldo, Fabinho, Henderson. You know, only one is world class out of all that at that time was probably Fabinho, but they had the system down to a T. That's why we was hard to beat. You barely conceded goals. You know, it's all about the system with Klopp, and these players will get used to it next year. And I think in next year with more signings, Liverpool will be a heck of a force. But we're ahead of schedule, so we're going to be vulnerable. And any team we play has chances. Don't matter how bad or good you are. So
yeah, Fulham showed it the other day, didn't they?
It's just the way we set up. We try and press, but if one doesn't do it, it opens up gaps because we have to play high up to do counter pressing. You know, the way Klopp wants to do it. So United will always have a chance in this game. It's just about Liverpool being more clinical, man. Liverpool haven't been clinical this season.
Jamie, and that brings me on to my point. I've just wanted to come on to this. One thing, when you think of Liverpool, right, you think of our scintillating attackers, you think of the rotation, the five that one can come out, one can come in, and we're firing on all cylinders. But since I think it was he was the game before City, Jamie. I think was it Forest or Brentford? I can't remember. I think it might have been.
Brentford was and Buemo missed the 1-on-1. Then you won. Yeah.
Because I think Salah got a brace that game, and I think that's the game Jota got injured off the top of my head. But since that game, 1-1 against City, Trent scored. I think it was 4-3 against Fulham. McAllister, Endo, and Trent 2 goals, and then it was Sheffield, Szoboszlai and Van Dijk. It's only our previous game that our attack scored. So people need to realize that our attack's not firing as much as you think it is the last 3-4 games. And this is why I want this game to kind of be that go out and enjoy yourself, add to your DNA, kind of go out there.
Interesting. I didn't even think of that, Roms. You know, that's a good point.
The things a lot of our fans aren't crooking this.
When you're winning, no one thinks about it.
Yeah, but I kind of like that because it does show there's silver lining to this because it shows we can win football matches from other areas. Our you know what I mean? Our midfield's been winning us game. Van Dijk's got what? Is it two? Sorry, not 2 in his last. I'm getting Konza mixed up. Konza scored midweek. Van Dijk scored against Sheffield. Like, even our defenders are chipping him. Trent, obviously, he's just Trent. He's been scoring ever since he's come into our team. So it's actually our attack recently that's not been scoring as much as we'd like.
Our defense will help out.
We'll give you chances.
What better team to start this against? You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Big up, Monts.
When I said this, they told me, "Where's my chest?" You know what it is, Monts? Because we don't like you. That's why. You know what I'm saying? That's why we said that to you. We don't like you. That's what it is. Because you are a troll. That's why, Monts. That's why you got told, "Where's your chest?" I hear it from Rums. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to hear that from you.
You want to come in for 10 minutes? I'll give you his 10 minutes. I'll let you come in. I'll send you the link, Rums. Monts. I've sent you the link. It's mad. Do you know what? Flawless, do you see anything where the manager could go this weekend? Because funny enough, I didn't even realize Rangnick left after losing to Liverpool. Mourinho did, and Oli did. So we've completed a hat trick in that. Fact. Do you think there's any way that Ten Hag, if we get humiliated, which for me is a 4-0 plus, this manager could go? Or do you believe that what I said earlier, the board have kind of said, you know what, we're still going to give you time. We know we're going to get beat by Liverpool, and we'll see what you can do in the West Ham game, the Forest game, and so forth.
Now, our board is extremely reactionary. If we get you, I do agree with you, humiliation is anything 4-0 or above. And like I said, our hierarchy and our board is extremely reactionary. They could easily sack him. If we get humiliated in this game, I'm expecting the statement the day after. I don't think he makes it. I'm expecting the statement. I've already gone out on a limb and said, I don't think he makes it till 2024. So whether he gets sacked after this game or it's one of the future games, I think it's a question.
And we do what?
When he gets sacked, not if. Oh, what I would do and what the board do is a whole
No. Okay. So what would you do and what do you think the board will go and do?
Okay, so what I would do personally if I sacked Ten Hag, I go get flicked till the end of the season. Someone who's been at the top level. And again, people, the key phrase in that sentence is till the end of the season. Someone who's been at the top level, competed at the top level, just to steady the ship. We ain't gonna win the Premier League. We're out of the Champions League. We're out of the Carabao Cup. The FA Cup is there. So just come in and just solidify us, maybe finish top 7, top 6, and go from there. And in the meantime, while Flick is here, what you do is with this ownership things going on, because I'm so skeptical in regards to that and the whole Ineos and Jim Ratcliffe thing, which is a whole different conversation. You then go and get them people in place. You then go and get a DOF, and then you get a DOF who brings in a manager who's his guy. Because then
have you got a manager? Do you want long term?
Long term, I want a DOF. And then whoever the DOF
so you're basically willing to back whoever the DOF goes for because you're going to say, right, at least they're working together.
If the DOF wants Graham Potter, I want the DOF out. Let me just clarify that. You know what I'm saying? I think
we disagree with each other, bro. I'm taking Potter. Bro, I'm taking Potter.
I'm not taking Potter.
Now, Flawless. You know
what Potter is, Ty? You know what Potter is? He's the managerial Mason Mount. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing as Mason Mount.
Flawless. Give this. Do you know what? He went to Chelsea and it didn't work. And I get it was that big club and people are saying you'll drown at Man United. It's another big club. But he went to Brighton and I feel like the way that everyone talks about Brighton playing football, he was the one that started that.
He did very well at Brighton.
And I think where Man United are right now, is that we've tried the big names of the Mourinho and Van Gaals. It partly worked, but okay, we won a couple trophies here and there, but I didn't like them anyway, and we weren't sustainable. For me, this squad is like mentally gone, and also the quality is poor. We're free. When I look at Liverpool and maybe the Man Cities and the Arsenals, if I had to pick steps, I'd say we're 3 steps behind them. We need a manager that is going to get us sort of the basics and maybe get the harmony back together. How I look at it is getting a better coach of an Oli. Because Oli had the vibes in terms of the getting the harmony together, but he couldn't coach. He needed someone with him. Whereas Potter, for me, would get that man management and maybe get the players back on track, but also he could coach us to a basic level. He ain't going to win us the league, but he could get us to step one.
I agree with you. In regards to the steps, I fully hear you, Ty. Why Graham Potter? Go get another manager who can do that. I'm not asking for Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues. I'm asking for what you just said there, the basics. I don't want anybody who's been scarred. Don't bring me any manager who's been in the Premier League or has previously managed in the Premier League, that's not called Carlo Ancelotti. I don't want no one with no scars and no ties. Potter's been scarred. We watched him fail literally talk to a Chelsea fan. Everything we complain about with Ten Hag.
Can you just judge him on that experience, bro?
I think I've got a feeling you might get Pochettino. Because I've got this feeling.
I would have had him, Jamie.
What I've heard
previously,
is that Chelsea might be looking at bringing Mourinho back. Chelsea might be looking at bringing Mourinho back, and then Poch goes to United.
That's a terrible.
You know what, Flawless? You know, I agree with you with the Potter thing. I just think he just doesn't have enough authority. Like, honestly,
we watched him fail at Chelsea.
Even with Chelsea, even Flawless, he's getting similar watches to the players, going to their barbers now. He's not one of the lads. The things Potter's a coach and not a manager. I was saying this on Big Expanse as well. Like, when you're a manager, you have to make yourself known that you're a manager. You can't be in with the lads. You can't see yourself as one of them, because
you have to have that balance. Like, and for example, you can tell he's in there.
The respect element would go out the window. Do you know what I mean?
He went into the barbers and got a skin fade with Mason Mount.
Yeah, he got a
Exactly. I can imagine a tie. I know you can as well. Casemiro Varane looking at this guy like, who's this joke, man? Like, do you know what I mean? Do you remember that story that come out when Moyes went to you lot, and apparently Vidic, Ferdinand, all these lot were looking down at him like, we're not. Actually, I don't think it was Ferdinand. I think it was Vidic and a few others. I know Vidic was definitely one of them. So
there was rumors about them, man, when they said apparently that he had made him watch Jagielka vids or something. Do you remember that?
I didn't even know that.
David Moyes made Vidic watch Jagielka vids and that, and Vidic is like,
I just remember hearing something that he was trying to tell them to do something, and we're thinking, what have you? I think Vidic must have said, "What have you ever won?" And compare it to what I've won, kind of thing. And it's kind of like, that's how I feel like it would be with Potter if he went into a United. Not that you have many players that have won loads of things, but your Varane, Casemiro that have been there and won multiple things. I think the respect wouldn't really be there, because that's the first thing you have to command is respect from your players. And I don't know, man.
In all honesty, if I'm United, I'll do everything possible to get Simeone.
See, because that's someone who makes sense. This whole thing of why are we getting people who have been scarred and failed here already? Why? Makes no sense to me whatsoever.
It's not going back to your ex-girlfriend, dude.
It makes no sense. You know, don't bring me anybody who's managing here currently. So no De Zerbis, no Emerys, none of this, and no one who's previously been here in the Premier League that's not called Carlo Ancelotti.
Brendan Rodgers.
He's in that. No, I don't want Brendan Rodgers.
I'm just putting you up.
Nobody.
Simeone gets respect from the players straight away.
I just don't know about the football, Jamie. When I look at Diego Simeone, I scream Chelsea for him. He is that new Mourinho for them. I can imagine him going,
people have said though he's playing. I don't watch them, so
they're playing a bit more expansive now. Back three. He plays a back three now, and like
I'm saying, I like his resume. He has the resume for it. In regards to his football, I don't know, but he definitely has the resume.
Well, what do you rather do? Win things or play well?
How about both?
You get paid
X amount. That's what Simeone enough.
But Flawless. Would you take a year or two of dead football, but it brings you that? I'm not saying this will happen, but let's say hindsight, it brings you that Prem or that big trophy. But you're playing dire football.
Oh yeah, of course. I watched Sir Alex Ferguson win a league title, and we won 3 games away from home. What are we talking about?
Wait, when was this? See, I don't know these stats.
People don't know these things. 2011, I think it was.
When it's last season?
2011. We won 3-4 games away from home.
What? The year was that the year of the bicycle kick against City?
No, it was. I think it was Ashley Young's first season. I think.
Oh, when we 8-2 Arsenal. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I
okay.
think it was.
Have
that.
you not seen that? You don't know that video? You don't know that video of the guy? What? I never knew that. I never knew that.
Yeah. I always search for that video and I can't find it.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
I'll send it to you.
I'm gonna get Monts in. I'm gonna bring Monts in as well. Just quickly though, guys, make sure you are smashing the like button as well. Make sure you are subscribing to the channel if you're new. Make sure you're also checking out Jamie's channel down below, Flawless's channel, Sarcasm City, and big up all you guys that are getting your comments in as well. Monts, time to have your say, man. I'm gonna put a timestamp on it. I'm just gonna put Monts land. So, bro, Roms is confident, Jamie's confident. They're saying they don't want to be overconfident and get complacent. Are you just saying you're gonna bury us this weekend?
No, I say it for the 5th time probably this week. This United game is going to be a harder game than the Arsenal game.
Jamie said the same.
No, but then we specified Monts, performance or scoreline? Because when Jamie broke it down, I actually understand. Performance-wise or scoreline-wise?
Both.
See, this is, I can't agree with this. Fair enough.
Chest, man.
That's fine. I haven't been flip-flopping. I've been saying this.
You have.
I believe that United are probably going to, because Bruno's not there, if Ten Hag has any brain cells, he's probably going to play more of a pragmatic style. And I think Arteta, what he'll do is he'll go toe-to-toe, head-to-head against Liverpool. And I think that will probably play into our hands more at Anfield with the crowd, as opposed to Man United being stubborn and maybe sitting back. If United choose not to sit back, then, hey, we could be looking at a cricket score. I'm not gonna lie. That is where I will admit it could be.
We're looking at this again. We're looking at this.
Yeah. I'm more of a Sprite person now. For those if you know, you know. But yeah, it could be 7-up. You know what I'm saying? So,
that was good. That was very good. That was very good.
Hey, I told you already, man. Caviar and lobster on you, Monts. But carry on. You know what I'm saying?
Please. I'm in my dressing gown today. I'm not in beef mode today. I'm not Black Ops Monts today, man. I'm here to, you know what I'm saying. But no, just going back to the game, I feel like that lack of having Bruno there, I do feel like maybe the counter attack might be probably the better option if you're Manchester United. But again, I don't feel like Liverpool are in the best form despite the score. I think you guys might have alluded to this already. I've missed parts of the video, but again, none of our attackers have actually scored apart from Salah in the last 4 games. Jota is our next top scorer, not fit. Nunes stinking out the gaff. Diaz stinking out the gaff. Gakpo. If any of you have seen Gakpo, let me know, because I've been trying to find him for the last 4 weeks as well. So if anyone's seen Gakpo, let me know where he is. And then obviously we've got Salah, who's the constant. And I'm looking at Szoboszlai, dodgy form. Gravenberch, in and out the team. Curtis, dodgy form. Endo, if I start, you know. And then obviously, because it's funny how I was on cussing McAllister week in, week out. Now he ain't there.
You're seeing the basics that he brings. Yeah.
I'm like,
Monts, I'll ask you.
Monts, I mean, you're nothing like Ryan. Flawless, you know about Ryan. Ryan wants his head on a stick.
Yeah. He's always on his case, man.
He wants him sold.
Always
right, McAllister.
Yeah, do you know? It's interesting because what you're saying with McAllister, like the basics he brings in like taking the ball over and recycling it, you haven't got that. Jamie or Roms earlier, one of them was saying that they would play Trent in the 6 because they believe that you're going to have all the ball. Would you do the same then and not play Endo and just go Trent, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch?
I feel like playing Gomez right back and Trent in the 6. Me, I'd rather go Curtis in the 6. Me personally, I'd go Curtis Jones in the 6 because he's the closest prototype to McAllister. And I can't believe we're going, oh my God, we need a McAllister prototype in the 6, even though that's what we've been complaining about all season. It's just 5 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? 5 o'clock. I'm sorry. I've been very critical of that 6th position, probably rightly so. But when you have Endo, who for me, and I'll stick by this, I still don't even think Endo's a bad player. I just think in the Premier League,
Monts.
Hold on. You can't do. He's a midfielder that needs to feel the contact, and then he'll make his decision of what he needs to do. But you can't do that in the Prem. In the Bundesliga,
yeah, it's backwards. But once it's backwards, why do you need to feel the contact to know where your next pass is? Just check your mirrors.
You know who also used to do that? Wijnaldum used to do that though. But the thing is, Wijnaldum, Endo is lightweight. Wijnaldum, You can't get through
Yeah.
him. He's a brick
That's
wall.
what I'm saying,
He's a
Monts. If
brick-
you're gonna do that, at least have the strength to
Yeah,
be able
like,
to do it. You know what I
he's a
mean?
brick. So this is what I mean when I say, like, Endo's too lightweight to be one of those feel contact and then move type of midfielders. Flawless, you play DM. I'm pretty sure you probably played football at some point in the middle of the park.
Yeah, I
can't rely on
I'm like
contact.
Endo. Yeah, I can't. I gotta shift the ball. You know what I'm saying? I do not have the strength for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
bro.
gotta shift the ball quick. Yeah,
Yeah, like, bro, rather than feel the contact, check your shoulder. Come on, like, you know what I'm saying? You can't get bullied at Union St. Louis or whatever the name. I've butchered their name, but whatever. And get bullied by Crystal Palace in the space of 5 days and expect you to start versus Arsenal and Manchester United at Anfield. Impossible. I'd rather put Szoboszlai in the 6. I'd rather play Grav in the 6. I'd rather play Trent in the 6. Or I'd even rather play Curtis in the 6. I'd rather play Joe Gomez in the 6.
The only problem with Curtis in the 6.
I don't even want to see Endo come on the pitch, even as a sub.
Yeah, the only problem with Curtis in the 6 is that he holds onto the ball too long, and I think what Klopp wants is a number 6 that moves the ball quicker.
I agree with that.
I don't think he'll do that. In the 6, I feel like he has the intelligence to know not to do that, because in the under-21s, he played in the pivot with Angel Gomez, and we saw him getting the ball, turning, shifting it, passing it forward. Obviously, I know what we mean. Like, we all know Curtis has that tendency to hold onto the ball. When he's like peeling off to the left, he can do all that stuff. But not in the 6. I think he's smart enough not to know
even
that against City though. When I look at Liverpool performance against Man City, I think where Jamie's bang on, where Curtis, you had like moments where you got past the first press,
the first 10 minutes,
Roms, me and you were voice noting about it.
We were speaking about during the game. Yeah,
would not play the right pass. He would turn around or like just holding the ball for 2 more seconds, and they will let him reshape. You can't.
You only got to go 24 hours ago. I didn't watch the full 90 live, but I watched the extended highlights of the Union St. Louis game. One of their goals was from Curtis Jones. Literally needed to play a 1-2, and we would have been in. In actually. He went a 1-2, and then we could have broke out. Bro, it's gone the complete opposite way. They've run and they've scored, bro. From him just holding on to the ball for too long, and that is his I understand why people ran out of patience with Jones. I rate him personally. But a lot of fans of that, you know what?
But the last 10 games of last season and the start of this season,
he was moving it quicker,
about 17, 18 consistent performances where we lost about 1 game. And that was the Tottenham game. That was the game he actually got sent off in, actually. That was the game he got sent off in.
You know, all the rest of the Monts.
He was even scoring the back end of last year.
It's because Curtis pulls out wide in that midfield 3. It helped. You know, I always think Szoboszlai has played his best when Curtis Jones is in midfield with him.
Yeah,
that's when
I agree.
That's a shout.
Here's another hot take. I think Gravenberch and Szoboszlai next to each other don't really work too well. Ever since Gravenberch comes into the team, Szoboszlai kind of goes into his show a bit. I didn't want to say it, innit? But
I didn't want to say it on stream. But
I know it's a behind closed doors thing now with that one, but yeah, like it kind of is. I feel like when McAllister's, and I might even be wrong. It might not even be Gravenberch. It might be since McAllister's not really been playing that Szoboszlai as well has kind of been a bit iffy. But
yeah, because they haven't got the right person getting the ball to them in them right areas. They're having to do more defensive work, and then
work the ball.
Work the ball.
That's why I said, because before you jumped on, I was saying my midfield 3. I think Jamie agreed his midfield 3 as well. That's why I would play a Trent next to Gravenberch and Szoboszlai because they would actually be getting that service. And he will find the both of them. That's why I'll play them 3. But you're right. Overall, they've not been working together. But you know, it's them ones where you're like, no, I need to see it more. Like I'm trying to convince myself, like this can work, man. I just need to see it.
At least against us, it will work. It's just the Arsenal game where we'll
put Polina. You put Polina as DM. Gravenberch and Szoboszlai work.
Yeah, but I would be real. Like with Szoboszlai though as well, he needs to again. He shouldn't have to need a 6 to do what he does because McAllister was never a 6. He was never a 6.
He's just doing the job Klopp wants him to do.
Yeah,
if that's the case, then he's doing his job.
I'm a weirdo like this. I would have put Szoboszlai in the 6 just because he's built like an android. He's built like the terminal.
You know I've clocked Monts and Jamie with Szoboszlai as well. We all know, bar the Sheffield United goal, he's had a dip in form. For me, ever since the Forest game, I think in October, he's had a dip in form, right? But I've realised with Szoboszlai as well, whenever a player plays like forward through balls and lose the ball, I don't mind that because you're trying to break lines, you're trying to create something. However, Szoboszlai has even misplacing the side with 5-yard passes of recent. I'm not saying overall, but these last 5-6 games, even a simple pass, he's getting wrong. And I'm thinking, you know what? You're having a dip in form. You actually need to, what you're good at, the basics, you need to even raise now because he's had a a dip
This is the
recent.
thing, Flawless, though. I mean, Roms, though. Like Flawless said, we will give you opportunities for your players that might be low on confidence, like the Diaz's, like the Gakpos to come on, like the Szoboszlais, to get their opportunities. I'm going to have to wrap it up in a sec, guys, just because we've done over an hour already and we won't keep it too long. But, guys, keep smashing the likes. Flawless, I did want to switch it and just say, when we look at as Man United fans, right, today's team news, and then we'll do our predictions. Maguire's out. Martial's out, which he wouldn't have played anyway. But obviously, Maguire's been technically on form, one of our better defenders. Luke Shaw is potentially obviously back, and then Rashford's back as well. I just want to see in terms of the defense setup, when you look, obviously, it's probably going to be Diaz, Nunez, and Salah. What back four you're going to go with? You're probably going to laugh and say, Ty, whatever back four we play, we're going to get cooked anyway. But I'm just intrigued to see yourself, like how you personally want to see that team set up.
I think the only question is, because of the injuries, very similar to the midfield, the only centre-backs we have fit, correct me if I'm wrong, are Varane and Johnny Evans. Because Shaw's injured, Maguire's injured.
Shaw's fit.
Oh, Shaw back?
Yeah.
And Starboy Rashford is back as well.
Yeah. And also you've got Dalot, Wan-Bissaka, and then you've got Reguilon as well, remember. So this is why I was intrigued to see what back four you're going to go with.
Yeah, you lot, no excuses. I need to see something.
This is so bad.
I need to see something.
Like, who do I go with? Varane.
Okay, I'll start then.
You start. Let me. I'm just. Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, Jamie, take care, bro. I'm gonna wrap up in a second. Thank you.
I'm gonna go with Darwin, by the way. Big up.
Again.
He agrees with you with Darwin.
Oh, got you.
Jamie, we'll speak. We'll talk.
All right, guys. See you later.
Take care, bro.
Brilliant. See you soon, guys.
Cheers, man. Great show. Thank you. I'm gonna go with Reguilon for the tenacity, for the side of things, just to maybe do what Malacia did to Salah last year, like them players that just try and stick it on them and try and stay tight. I'll go Luke Shaw, left centre back, Varane, and I'll have to go with Wan-Bissaka just because we are at Anfield and we're not going to get much joy in a transition. So Dalot, what's the point in you being there? So yeah, I'll go Reguilon, Shaw, Varane, and Wan-Bissaka.
You know what? I hear that for. That's what I was trying. Like that. Yeah, I hear that. Like it was literally between Shaw and Evans. That's what I was trying.
And I don't think, you know what, Flawless, I want to say you think, by the way, just quickly, my boys in the group chat have been saying that they don't think Luke Shaw can do the up and down thing. Left back, he's done. They actually think like if he's going forward, it's a left centre back thing. Do you think he's done as well?
Yeah, as a left back, yes. Even though he played very poorly against Bournemouth, I like him as a left-sided centre back. Last season, I was like, when I first seen it, I think it was the City game at home. And I presumed when I first seen it, he's definitely playing a back three. And man was like, nah, it's a back four. I was like, no way is he playing Luke Shaw in the back four. And then it worked. And then we played somebody else. It might have been one of the Barcelona games.
Yes, it was.
I was like, this worked. I thought this worked as a one-off. It's not going to work again. And then going forward, I was like, yeah. Because my biggest issue with Luke Shaw is that he gives you nothing going forward. Defensively, he gives you he has like 5 assists in 10 years.
Yeah.
I think that's because your forward line's dud and your midfield.
There'll be mid-table fullbacks who have more assists than him in that same time.
Because for England, he cooks going forward.
He has let's put it like, come on, man. He has 10 assists in 10 years. What are we doing? How are we defending?
You're lying.
What are we doing, man? What are we talking about, Monts, man? What are we doing here? This guy,
Assist doesn't directly correlate.
Monts is trying to give us a little bit of hope before the shooting.
No. I actually like Luke Shaw. I
do as well.
Because you don't play in your team.
I wouldn't say he's stellar going forward.
He doesn't give you anything.
I think he's better than Robertson going forward.
He gives you very little going forward. He gives you very little.
Rob, is he better than Robertson going forward? Because I think right now, do you think Luke Shaw, who's better
last couple seasons, yes. Right now, yes. Prime Robbo.
Not prime Robbo. Now,
I guarantee Robbo has more assists and better attacking stats.
Robbo's the highest assisted left back in the all time.
Yeah, history. So he would have.
What?
But flawless. The last 2-3 years, I'll say last 18 months actually. Robbo going forward is
but you're comparing because Robbo he may have fell off, but even him falling off is miles clear of Luke Shaw. This guy doesn't. There's literally a clip of him refusing to overlap when Bruno's got the ball. And we just forget. We forgetting that. We forgetting that.
Maybe
I remember that video.
Because
when I watch and Bruno has the ball on the left wing. And he has the ball and he's telling Luke Shaw.
There's nothing to shout about, but I just realized, I said to you before the scene, 2 players that will probably leave it all in the fixtures, Maino and Adam Garnacho. One player that's going to look good due to Diaz's inability to beat his man is Listen, Bissaka will stop you anyway, whether you're good 1v1 player anyway. I have Bissaka as one of the probably the best one-on-one defender at fullback. Not overall, before anyone goes mad with that, but I don't know a better 1v1 defender than fullback than Bissaka. And with a Diaz that scared to take on his man now, that's one player may look like he's playing well, but then we know Bissaka, if the ball was to go over him or sometimes back post, he's sleeping. That's where he might look like he's having one of his worst
Diaz's
games.
movement. It's Diaz's movement that worries me. It's like when we play against like Brighton back in the day and they had Trossard. Trossard's not going to take you on 1v1, but it's Trossard's movement and
it's late runs and that. Yeah, that's what the better of him. I'm telling you now. The minute Diaz and Bissaka, it will happen a lot. It will happen because Diaz is normally our outlet. The minute they go 1v1, you'll just see it. Diaz is passing it inside every time.
That's what,
especially against Bissaka.
He'll pocket. I was saying he'll pocket Mbappe and struggle against Sarabia. That's
that type of thing. The movement. Yeah, that is it. That is 100%. Do you know what? Just before we wrap up, I'll go for it. You go.
I was gonna say so. Yeah, in regards to it, just quickly. Luke Shaw as a left-sided centre back as a backup to Martinez, cool. As much as I'm critical of him, because going forward, like I said, he offers you very little. Regular on the show more. Like in returns of that, just the overlap and stuff.
The tenacity, the energy. That's what I'm saying.
And and again, pre-pause. Look at how he's built. You know what I'm saying? He's not built like a modern day fullback. This is why he can't do it. I'm saying he's built like Reece James.
Interesting question. It might even be thought-provoking because you're not going to be scratching your head. But if you had to give like mid-season player of the season mid-season award, who are you thinking?
Hey, Johnny Evans, man. Johnny Evans. That's my guy.
I haven't even.
I'm going Johnny Evans. He's played well.
Maguire's only the last 4, 5, maybe 6 games. I mean, from the start of the season till now.
From the start,
maybe Garnacho, and that's reluctantly.
I'm going Johnny Evans because he's been good from the start of the season. All bullshit.
Johnny Evans is
Maguire or Garnacho. Yeah, it's mad.
Maguire, bro. It's Maguire.
That is crazy.
This Garnacho thing. How about this Garnacho?
I don't rate him. I don't hate him.
Garnacho is not even better than Harvey Elliott.
He sold me a dream. He sold me a dream, Garnacho.
I don't rate him. I don't rate. I've been telling people for time. I don't rate Garnacho like that. Our standards for wingers are poor.
Do you know what it was time, Florence? Yeah, last year. Where he was that impact sub, and I saw him affecting games. I thought, cool. But the minute the lights are bright and he was starting games, the first game for me was. Yeah, he goes. The Wolves game, the first game of the season, I was like, Garnacho, you're starting. First game of the season, Old Trafford, under the light. Show me what you can do. The way he got ousted out that game
was brilliant.
The Maido is not even the best.
Because he's Garnacho is just a little bit better than Elanga. A little bit better than Elanga.
Yeah, there's not much difference in it.
No, he's better than Elanga in it, but like because he's more refined. Like he's just generally more refined as a footballer. Elanga's more P&P. But like when I look at Elanga, the excuses that I made for him, like people were saying he was in form when he scored in the champs against Galatasaray, when he scored the overhead kick against Everton. People think he had a good game against Everton because he scored a worldie. He was good for 15 minutes. He had a good opening 50 minutes against Everton, and we didn't see him for the rest of the game.
Yeah, facts. He's come through the youth system and we're starving. Of course, he's going to get overhyped. Garnacho is no more than a squad player. He's limited. He needs to develop his game further. And you see his limitations when the reason why he looked so good last season is because he was coming off the bench. Whereas now,
I think at this point, I'm still playing him over Rashford.
I ain't going to lie. I'm picking somebody out of the crowd over Rashford at this point. Like, for real. You look like facts. You know what I'm saying? At least you didn't do the inverting. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, you do the invert. You invert. You know what I'm saying? And that, add some creativity.
Bro, Chap showed me. Do you know what Chap said on one Man Them Talk? In fact, I've got the clip. I've actually got the clip. I'll send it to you. Chap said on a Man Them Talk about a month ago that Marcus Rashford should be a gangbanger, man, because all he does is just shoot at people.
That's a crazy statement.
Chaps is funny.
I was crying. Big up, Chaps.
Chaps
I don't know. Just quickly, because I'm about to end this. I'm just saying, with Man U, I'll be real. There's a lot of 1v1 battles in this game that I think might be quite interesting. Like, because you see Darwin Núñez on the shoulder, I feel like he just has to target Johnny Evans. Just target Johnny Evans. But in my
if he starts.
Yeah, well, Johnny, who else is going to start?
Nah, Luke Shaw Varane. Remember Luke Shaw Varane, man.
Okay, if it's Luke Shaw, because you know what? Like, there is this common misconception that United's defense has been horrible this season. It's not actually been that bad. It's been below par. I'd say it's been average. Because if you look at the goals conceded, you don't never get smacked 7-0, 5. Okay.
But Monts,
I didn't mean the 7 reference.
But Monts, it's not the smacking. It's not so
1-0.
It's more so the chances we give up. That's what it is.
Yeah. It's very easy to play against you guys. Like you see that Chelsea game. If we played you, if
Bro,
we
you're
played
scoring
us-
free. You're scoring free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mudryk, our time Mudryk broke about 3-4 fans in the first 10, 15.
Yo, he's so bad, yo. He's so
Yeah,
I was there, yo. He is so
how about this? How about this? I believe Chilwell actually called Mudryk crap. I think Chilwell actually said that. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you think it's real?
Wait.
You think it's real? You think he
Of
can't do
course.
that? All right,
Of
fast.
course, bro.
Is that the
Look,
whole barber thing, Monts? Someone added me today. Some barber thing. He was in the seat, and then Chilwell called him rubbish or something.
Joey Knight said it. Joey Knight said it, innit? But bro, I'm saying, look, you might have seen an interview where Evra and Ferdinand are speaking, yeah, and they're like, yeah, we're bringing a signing, and it doesn't matter how much they cost, but from that first training session, we know if man's just crap or not. Like you can just tell no matter how much man costs, yeah, this guy ain't it, and he's coming for X amount of money. That is what they think of Mudryk. Donny's coming, and they've gone, wait, this guy is awful. We could have found you in League Two. We could have found a Black African winger who wears materials in League Two, and he'd be as good as you. That's what they would have looked at with Mudryk. You know what I'm saying? Because man has a tattoo on his neck. He's got a blue butterfly on his neck, and he's got a comb over. Man think he can develop into something. Bedroom. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. But I feel like Salah. I don't think I'm still skeptical. I'm saying 2-1 close game in it, and I think Arsenal we're bopping them 3-1 still. So.
Okay, cool. Now, fair enough. Yeah, flawless. What about you? Your predictions for United Liverpool?
Yeah. Despite all I said, people, 1-1. Let's go, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
I love that.
1-1. You know what I'm saying? And that's more in hope and expectation, people. Despite everything I've said on this live stream for the past hour and 15 minutes.
I love it. I love it. You've gone from 1-1 of predictions to Ten Hag's getting sacked on Monday.
Yeah, man, because like that's just the Manchester United.
That's the rule, innit? That's a rule, innit? Whenever you predict a draw for your team, we really don't. You think it should be as well.
Man, I can't predict us to lose, especially to Leeds. Leeds are the ultimate enemy. As much as I dislike Arsenal, City, and Leeds,
I've got to do 20 seconds. I've got to do 20 seconds. This if we beat you, by the way, Monts and Romps, if we beat you with this team, I'm just saying, I've got because we haven't done it all stream. If we do, answer your phones. Carry on.
Ty, to you, I will.
You don't get to play
No, Monts. To you, I will. Corey and Kaz, if you're watching this, I'm blocking both of them. I can't hear it from them. You're calm. Corey and Kaz.
You know, Corey predicted 4-0 to Liverpool, and he's United. Corey.
I respect it, man.
Yeah, he predicted 4-0.
Yeah. I said the same. That's mad. Me and Corey said the same. 4-0
Yeah, I'm being illogical, like completely with my prediction. I just can't do it because it's you.
Flawless, I'm happy you did that little segment, just reminding people that we are each other's number one arch rival. Because when I hear some Liverpool fans hating other clubs more and some United fans hating, remember who your arch enemy is. Exactly. Remember who number one is. But
I hear it.
With that being said, with everything I've said this stream, 2-0 Liverpool. Monts seems to think I said we were battering, but I've actually said that all week. I've generally said that all week, but maybe you're getting me confused with someone else. But I've said it will be close.
You've been going on like you was gonna batter these, man. But it's fine.
Maybe a couple weeks ago. Still.
Yeah, I just think I'm telling you, Ty, how you can sit there and say that your main arch rival is going to bop you 4-0. It's like basically having your girl next to you. Hold on, it's like having your girl's next to you. You're walking down the road and a big 6'5" giant walks past, and you're just admitting to defeat. You're not even strapping it. Like, bro,
I hear it.
Bro, fight in front of your gal, bro. Do something.
I don't know if you don't remember. Chip had a song called Peri Peri Sauce about Young'un dropping his. That you see the guy outside Nando's, and Young'un's dropped his speed in that. It's similar to what you're saying, Monts.
I hear it, Monts. But this is what I said earlier, Monts, and I would love to do that. We came to Anfield. We came to Anfield last year just off the back of winning the Carabao Cup with a team that was in better form than what you lot are. We got to the 43rd minute and had it at 0-0. Gakpo scores just before half-time, and we conceded 6 in the second half. I know people might say it was a fluke, it was a one-off, but if we can do that with a Casemiro and team which was better than what we are now, I'm just going to be realistic. I'm going to say 4-0 to save myself disappointment. But if we win, I'm here.
Yeah, but you can't do that. You can't. No, pick one. Don't do both. If you're predicting 4-0, then if you win, I don't want to hear your voice. Is that simple?
You know what's mad, Ty? We were saying earlier on Monts' channel, yeah. Even when we were dead and you had your Fergie teams, Monts personally didn't. I used to, for me, there was 30, you know, it's
trouble, bro.
exactly. The thing is, I would write off Old Trafford because in my head, I already accepted defeat. But I'll never say 4-0. I'll say like a 1-0 to United or a 2-1 to United. It was always close. It was always
draw, bro. You'd say in your head, you know, cool.
No, I still won't say draw. Still, I'll be real.
There's a very high chance we're getting spanked in it. Yeah, pause. We're getting spanked in it. But in front of the man, them. In front of cut me in that, in front of the guy.
Fact. Yo, that's why I'm saying 1-1.
I'm saying, you know what? Let's try and get a 1-1. I'm not gonna sit here and go, yeah,
flawless. If it's 1-1, you can say, see, I told you, get the clips.
Shameless, 100%. I just clip it with me saying 1-1. That's it.
I'm glad Flawless said it because that's the way we're gonna go out, man. We're gonna bow out now because we're gonna redirect over to Flawless' stream, guys. When this finishes, if you let the outro play out, it will just take you straight over to Sarcasm City TV. Or if you want to go there right now, you could just type in Sarcasm City TV. But make sure you go there. But like this video first and then do the same over there. Flawless, big up for coming on as always. Always putting in that late night work. I know this is when you come alive now. You're like an owl. That's what I call you, the night owl. And then Roms, big up for coming through as always, man. You know what it is, man. Love, we'll be shouting each other tomorrow. Monts, big up my guy as always. Got the dressing gown on. He's got the zebra ting ready. Big weekend, people. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be back in the evening. If Cass is about, we might have a lunchtime day show where me and Cass will be talking the stuff with Newcastle, Chelsea, and City all playing. But big up, guys, for watching. Make sure you do like this video. Make sure you subscribe. And if you want, leave a comment of your score predictions as well with what can happen. And we'll see you on the other side. Bless up.